So the question was whether we're born selfish or not. And my experience, actually, I'm not talking about neuroscience now, but my experience is that the goodness in us is rooted much deeper than the selfishness. That maybe throughout our lives we sometimes learn to be selfish, but really when we look very deeply, there's a lot of goodness, there's a lot of warm-heartedness, there's a lot of willingness to share and to give, and that's much more deeper than the other thing. Yeah.
Okay. I personally think it's a mixture of both. As an individual growing up in South London, I certainly saw that, that harshness of it. And some young kids, they come from broken backgrounds, they come from broken homes, and so if even that professor at the very beginning, so if that's all that they know, they're naturally just working to fit it in. But I also think we've got a conscious choice on how we deal with what goes on in our lives and how we respond to it. And I think once we start changing our mindset from thinking about ourselves to thinking about others, then the world starts to change, not just in the magical sense, not like that, but I mean that the way that you view things, starts to be different. Yeah, and you start respecting and start looking at how you can make things better. It just changes things a great deal.
I agree with everything that you both said in it, but it's me growing up in East London as well, as a teenager, it's whatever warm-hearted loving that you felt, once you hit the roads in East, it's all that gets stripped away from you. Do you know what I'm saying? They teach you how to be ruthless and how to lose that whole, to be selfish in it, because you got to get what you're getting, innit? So it's I think with the youth nowadays, you just got to try and build that whole compassion and empathy and help them still have that before they hit the roads, you know what I'm saying? So it's I fully understand what you're saying. Yeah.
Any other questions? No? Okay. Can I ask
No, please,
yeah?
Yeah, another question I was going to ask is, me at the moment, I'm 18 and I'm still in college at the moment, but I work part-time in my old secondary school. I'll do some behavioural mentoring and all of that because my school promote getting ex-Rokeby students to actually come back, especially the ones that weren't as good in school. But then while I'm at the school, it's kind of hard for me to try and chat to the kids about, for example, not pushing into the line or about their behaviour or not being respectful to teachers, because some of them that are in year 11 now, they were in year 8, year 7 when I was in the school, so it's kind of hypocritical. So I'm thinking, how can I try and preach to the kids but not sound hypocritical, if that makes any sense? I still ain't even mastered that yet, so just wanted to ask you about that.
It's all right. Listen, there's a few angles to that. Firstly is that it's really good that you because what you're seeing there is a conflict is an internalised conflict in what's happening. But the first and most powerful way that you can show the young people how to do better is by role modelling yourself. The first person that they're seeing is you, yeah. And the second thing as well is I would also change the mindset slightly, because to me it's never ever going to be a preachy thing, yeah. I like to have clear healthy boundaries between myself and my clients, even though I know that empathy to me is not the same as collusion, yeah. Empathy is putting yourself in that person's place, but it's not excusing their behaviour because you know what they've been through. Do you see what I mean? So although you know what their real life is and you know what the real road is and you can relate to them, that's actually a tool. That isn't the environmental setting. Do you see what I mean? So you should still instill healthy boundaries, because you and I both know on road there's boundaries in everything that they're doing anyway. So you might as well have that healthy boundary. It's not going to hurt or damage anything as long as you use it in a respectful way. Listen, you could bring that and use the tools that you're learning in empathy to make them think twice. like, so if that was you, how would you feel like my man's pushed in front of you? How would you react to that? Another tool I use like is respect. Like, so we know what respect is. So does respect mean that you'd be talking over somebody else? Do you see what I mean? That sort of stuff. It's amazing what you can do. Use it as a tool. Don't use it as don't think of it as a preachy thing ever. Role model yourself and use your own living by examples to bring that across to the young people, and you'll always get through. And what they're waiting for is that authoritarian figure, sort of like, nah, like, and then suddenly they'll just lock off. But use it as a tool, and you can get that leverage you need to make things happen.
Can I just ask one last question to you all? Can you tell me if anything will be different tomorrow than it was yesterday for you as a result of attending this event? Are there any things that you think you're going to begin to do differently as a result of some of the speakers that you've heard today?
Try to pay attention to other people and actually care about what you should pay attention to other people and care about them, so that they don't, even people you don't know. And I don't know, that's it.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's a big one. If we all paid more attention to each other, that's a massive step in itself. Anyone else? Any other things that are going to be slightly different tomorrow than they were yesterday as a result of attending? Just to finish up the discussion.
Also from like the speakers today and what we've heard, that obviously it's something that you can pass on to someone else, like, do you know what I'm saying? Especially like some of my peers and that, they're still into this whole madness, so it's like I could try and install into their head not to be selfish and try and live a different life, do you know what I'm saying? So yeah, just passing it on.
I think one thing that will be different for me tomorrow will be like I will definitely be more compassionate towards others, and listening to the stories and the insights of other people's perspectives is really learned that like, even if you come from a rough background, things can change for you, and there is like a better future for everyone.
Thank you. Did you want to say?
One thing I really learned from this is that when judging others, you should know that there's good within. And like also everyone's been through different things, so like also when I judge people, I'll be less likely to judge them because I'll be able to empathise with them.
I just learnt today that we're all the same, and like we have like different problems affecting us, different things we want to do, but yeah, it's just an extension of ourselves.
I thought it was a really great event. It really helped me to understand how we can use compassion to get somewhere in life, instead of just caring about yourself and caring about someone else, instead of just doing stuff for yourself. Do something for someone else. Tell someone that you love. Tell them that you love them, so they feel the love.
Remember the small things, right?
Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you guys.
Thank you.